Niccolo Machiavelli was a philosopher, statesman, and political theorist who is now widely regarded as the father of modern political theory. Machiavelli was born in Florence, Italy on May 3rd of 1469 to a wealthy and influential family. His father, Bernardo, was a doctor of law. Niccolo Machiavelli likely received an extensive education in the humanisms, although there is not much information about his early life. He first entered into government as a clerk in 1494 at 35 years old. The same year, the Medicis, who held Florence in the palm of their hands, were ousted after almost 60 years in power. In 1498, Machiavelli became the head of the Second Chancery after earning the trust of Piero Soderini, the first gonfalonier, or chief magistrate, of Florence to hold the office for life. Machiavelli traveled to locations in Italy, France, and Spain as a diplomat. In 1502, Machiavelli was sent to serve Caesar Borgias, the son of Pope Alexander VI. Borgias became a major influence on Machiavelli because of his cruelty, mercilessness, and knack for deceit. In fact, Borgias became Machiavelli's idea of a perfect leader and the inspiration for Machiavelli's most famous writing, The Prince. While serving Caesar Borgias, Machiavelli observed Borgias luring 3 traitorous captains into the city of Sinigaglia with promises of reconciliation. There, Borgias brutally executed his officers and made an example of them. Another event Machiavelli wrote of involved an incident in which Borgias was tasked with taking the region of Romagna. Once Caesar Borgias took Romagna, he placed a cruel officer named Ramiro de Orco in charge of bringing law and order to the area. Orco did his job well, but people came to fear and hate him. So Caesar Borgias had Ramiro de Orco chopped in half and thrown in a public plaza. As a result, Caesar Borgias brought order to Romagna like he originally wanted, and when Ramiro de Orco wore out his usefulness, Borgias made himself a hero by having Orco executed. However, Machiavelli stated that leaders who take power by seizing it through ability hold that power easily, while those who inherit it have difficulty holding it. Caesar Borgias represented the latter. He gained authority through his father, the Pope. Eventually, Pope Alexander VI died, and Borgias fell ill. He was then easily defeated by his enemies. In 1512, the Medicis returned to power, and Machiavelli, suspected of conspiracy, was sent into exile. It was at this time Machiavelli wrote his greatest work, Il Principe, or The Prince. But how has Machiavelli influenced the world? His ideas have affected many of history's greatest leaders. For example, Vladimir Lenin used Machiavellian principles in creating the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. He ruled with both fear and love and earned the respect of his people, enabling him to rule with force. Machiavelli's perfect leader would be feared rather than loved, but both if possible, and would rule with cunning and strength. Some might consider Truman's act of dropping the atomic bomb to end World War II a Machiavellian decision because it shed morals and showed no regard for good or evil principles, only a means to a desirable end result. Likewise, Machiavelli seemed to show no regard for right or wrong, only what is necessary to acquire and maintain power. Machiavellian principles are even clearly evident in modern-day business marketing. Machiavelli wrote that benefits should be granted a little at a time so that they may be better enjoyed, an idea common in advertising with sales promotions and amusing advertisements. Today's business corporations are concerned only with the accumulation of wealth parallel to Machiavelli and power. In conclusion, Machiavelli is famous because his writings changed how we think about power forever. Machiavelli made politics a science and brutally analyzed every aspect of it, laying it down in a blunt yet polished handbook for leaders. His philosophy has seeped into many different areas of our lives and affected us all in some way. Niccolo Machiavelli, father of modern-day political theory, left his mark on history with his writing.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together.